Welcome, friends from around the world. We just went live on YouTube and Zoom, and we're simulcasting. It's Greg from Upward Spiral Yoga. It's Greg and Looney Cat. Looney should be in just a moment. He's still in hair and makeup. It's a lot of hair to blow dry. Anyway, welcome. If you're brand new and the YouTube algorithm has dropped you off here, this is yoga for everybody, and Sunday especially so because it's yin yoga, restorative, healing, calming, meditative. And who can't use that in this modern mixed up world? Anyway, we're going to spend about 5 minutes on the back relaxing. Welcome to my Zoom friends. Welcome to the growing cadre of YouTubers around the world. We really thank you for liking and subscribing and spreading yoga and peace to a world that really needs it, collectively, individually. If you're needing to heal, to calm, to settle, to regain your purpose, your meaning, if you're struggling, this is the place to be. If everything is perfect and copacetic and you can't imagine how it could get better, this is the place to be. So for 5 minutes, if you're brand new, we literally relax on the back and simply settle in. By the way, I'm simulcasting from Concord, California, just outside of the Bay Area. My name is Greg, the cat's name is Looney, and together we have 26 and a half years of yoga experience between us. Teaching. I've been doing yoga since before the Civil War. Maybe wiggle your legs out a couple of times. Easy does it. And I know it sounds silly, but just notice that you're breathing. And if you're not breathing, please start. Just noticing our breathing does something to our nervous system, to our state of consciousness. Yogis have been using breath for thousands of years to moderate, upgrade, assimilate, heal their sense of well-being. Good. Maybe swallow once, circle your jaw around, relax your face. Today's class is a lot of yin yoga, which is the passive, relaxing, feminine, easy does it, cooling, healing brand. Kitty, 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 kitty. Anyway, a lot of YouTubers from all around the world, there are now thousands of them, they come to see Looney Cat, so I always make sure to invite him in. Anyway, 2 more minutes on your back. We'll take our breathing down to our belly button. That's called diaphragmatic breathing, and it stimulates your technical term. It stimulates your happy space. Maybe your breath is deepened a little bit, an extra beat of inhalation and maybe an extra beat of exhalation. Good. Now, here's a ritual from every Sunday going back thousands of years, and we spend about a minute just feeling our feelings. The young people say, feel your feels. I say, breathe what you feel and feel what you breathe. Catch up with yourself. Sometimes feelings get unfelt and they get stuck, or they back up, congested, they congeal, especially feels we don't want to feel. So we can face our feelings, we can breathe through them. Good job. And now the biggest inhale you got, encompassing your whole life so far. What a long, strange, and wonderful trip it's been. Inhale. Exhale. Let it all out. Release. Empty. And to my growing community of YouTubers around the world, I say we are calm, peaceful souls, and everything is always working out for us. We can slow down, we can even stop for a few moments and make a necklace, a network of souls around the world. Many more than hundreds are gathered for the purpose of peace, raising consciousness, spreading love and tolerance. Good, then wiggle your fingers and toes and whip up a fresh batch of super feel good, extra feel good, circulate it around your body by wiggling your fingers and toes. Good, and then from your back, extend your arms up and over your head, hands laced, and stretch out. Get first thing in the morning stretchy, euphoric, orgasmic, explosive, more joy than you can contain. Your body's going to pop, big smile on your face kind of feeling. You know, that feeling. Who doesn't like that feeling? Good, now draw your knees in and roll around on your back. Good, you guys, let's roll up and issue Sunday salutations. Welcome. Welcome to everybody should have their own media empire in this modern age. And so everybody can start at the start. That's always a good place to start. But whatever your ministry is, whether your ministry is yoga or it's hang gliding or it's conscious accounting or whatever it is, your ministry, your message, your communication, your expression can move around the world. And that's what's happening here. At the start of the pandemic, my yoga studio, my decade-long yoga studio with thousands, hundreds of students, thousands of teachers, it felt like, but it came to a conclusion and I wondered, well, is it all over? And then I put it all online, and it started with 1 and 2 and 3, and Zoom was really, really good. Now I put it on YouTube a little over a year ago. We have hundreds of subscribers. And my angle on yoga is yoga for everybody. There are the 1 or 2%ers that are circus performers, contortionists, ballerinas, you know, those people. And that's great. That's a good thing if that's where you're at in your life. But my mission, I'm on a mission from God to spread yoga around the planet to the give me your sore, your tired, your huddled masses. And I'm here to encourage you to move and to groove, and that yoga is for everybody. And I'm here to give you a window in, to make it accessible, to give you a lot of options, to give you encouragement. And I've got a beautiful cat. So this is an unmistakably irresistible combination. Would you not agree? So take a moment now and like and subscribe. When I say like and subscribe, I really mean it. I'm asking you to do me a big, huge favor because you're helping the world, because the world desperately needs higher consciousness, tolerance, more understanding, love of our enemies, and the ability to see through the appearance of things. Yoga does this. With this in mind, we'll chant Om. Nice big inhale. Now, today's message is use what you've got and you'll always get more and you'll expand. There is a corollary that if we don't use what we have, we'll lose even that, and then things will diminish. There's a spiritual principle involved. It says, to he that hath, more will be given, and to he that hath not, even what he has will be taken away. It may sound very harsh, and it is if we don't use the principle properly. The principle used properly is our ticket to freedom, because all we have to do is use what we have, ask with what we've got, move with what we can, and we'll continuously get more. Part of the message is you can make a space in your house a sanctuary. I'm thinking of renaming this Tiny Room Yoga. So today, just for fun, and again, I went from a 3,000 square foot yoga studio 5 years ago, and then karma moved me into 12 by 18. That's about 200 square feet. I'm going to give you a little tour just for fun. Going to switch my camera. Anyway, so because of karma and before I buy my new studio in Thailand, I've had to move my entire life. I've had the opportunity of moving my entire life into 200 square feet. This includes a yoga studio, my piano studio, my kitchen, my dining room table, my meditation chair where I teach coaching all the way around the world. If you'd like a coaching assignment, please see me. There's my sliding glass door. If that opens up, I'll show you that next week, but that's wild. There's my camera. There's my drum kit. There's my picture window. There's my music and communication center. There's my cat tree. There are my guitars. There's my music center. There's my Murphy style bed. And there's my cat tree. Why did I just show all that to you? Because I think it's important that whatever space you have, to make the very most of it, to make it a sanctuary, to make it brilliant and beautiful, and to realize you can put everything in any size space and then you can use it. Anyway, here's one of my favorite mantras. If I can do it, anybody can do it. You can do it. So even if you're an older dog, you can learn new tricks. I'm starting music at age 65. That's my new yoga. So let's start. Shoulders, 1. Today was a long introduction, but I feel it's important. I may excise that little clip, so it's an explanation of who I am and what I'm up to. But basically, I'm here to help you realize your mission, purpose, and dreams. Other way, 1, 2. When you like and subscribe, not only do you help me, you help yourself in accomplishing what you're here to do. 7, 8. Anyway, moving has a lot to do with it, right? We just get our body moving and grooving. We get our range of motion back. We get rid of congestion in our joints. This leads to new thoughts, new ideas, new ranges of emotion. Now, maybe in 2 years, this is the last place I ever rent, by the way. It's a beautiful place. I'm super grateful. I am not complaining. But my goal is within 2 years and the growth of Upward Spiral Yoga to buy a studio sanctuary in maybe Thailand or Costa Rica. And I also do yoga retreats. And so if you have a big goal, join this channel, make sure to write it down. And before you know it, let's see where we can get in 2 years. Poof. Okay, gentle seated forward fold. Now I use yoga blocks, especially on Yin Sunday. I'll often put blocks down here in front of my forehead and I'll just relax here. You may not be that flexible. You might be a right here person, or you might be a down on the floor person, but that's irrelevant. What's relevant is where you are in relation to yourself. In this class, we find where we're at currently, and we move forward with daily, diligent, accountable action toward realizing our dreams. And to do that, we want our body to cooperate. In Yin Yoga, we might hold a pose for a minute and a half. It gives us a chance to calm down, to introspect, to remember what's important, to create conscious contact, to open conscious contact with God, or whatever name you want to give God. She doesn't mind. Then I counsel to slow down your thinking or even to stop thinking. This kind of patient movement, each of these poses as a prayer, begins to slow down the incessant movement of our mind. Inhale and come up. Now, of course, a human mind is an incredible tool, isn't it? It might be the greatest tool on the planet, the human mind. It also has its quirks and foibles, its defects. And so we want to heal and begin to calm and get our mind aligned. So we'll drop our chin and we'll take our mind around 8 times. 1, 2, 3. Boy, the YouTube analytics are great today. We have people joining in from all over the world. This is what happens when you start. For a long time, it was 1 person watching and then 0, and then 2. Now we're up to thousands and thousands of views, and we're just getting ready to hit that critical mass because God wants yoga to move around the planet. Other way, 1, 2, because we damn well need it. 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Now relax your face down for 20 seconds. Close your eyes. We might call this bowing our head, humbling ourselves, aiming our attention inward, eyes closed. What's going on inside of your body? Can you face it? Can you face what's going on inside of your own skin? It may sound silly, but a wide swath of the world cannot tolerate what's going on inside. So there's an addiction, a habituation to always being distracted by outer things. Some outer things are cool, cats, grandchildren. Good, let's chant an Om because Om is where the heart is. Inhale. If you're shy and your throat is stuck, start. Inhale. Om. Now, although I'm not a preacher or a father or a priest, everybody has the opportunity to close their eyes. I invite you to pray for the thing most wanted or needed in your life. It's always right there, isn't it? It never goes away, that needful, most desirous thing. Desire is not a bad thing. Desire is God's impulse inside of us. Be wary of spiritual systems that counsel you to kill your desire, because you can't. It'll just get sublimated into something weird. Be honest, be direct, be bold, be straightforward. Even if it's the wrong thing you're asking for, it'll train us and guide us to what's better. That's been the experience of my life. I used to want an 18-pack of beer every single night, and it worked fabulously until it didn't. Lace your hand, stretch up. By the way, this is a recovery yoga channel. This is a recovery planet. Stretch up. And when you're in recovery, you want to oscillate on your butt a little bit. This gets out the craving, the painful seeking of what's not good for us, aims us towards what's better. Turn right, left hand, right knee, right arm behind you. To me, yoga and recovery are synonymous. They both mean connection. Easy twist, twisting squeezes out. Technical term, stinking thinking. Good, come out of that twist. Lace your hands, stretch up. Good, now I want you to push the sky up. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. I wouldn't mind kissing the sky, but not this guy. Good, turn left, 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 left. Right hand, left knee. Get a little twist. Twist is dish rag. You're over at somebody's house, a bachelor. He's a bachelor because he doesn't really know how to clean up very well, and you help him out by squeezing some of the dish rags. Still, he doesn't get the message. Some people are just meant to be alone. Being alone is a great spiritual adventure, isn't it? If you are, you can be all by yourself and have the greatest joy inside of yourself. You can be with thousands of people and be desperately lonely. Inhale here and come on out. Good job. Now, this is for my cat-loving friends and for a very special friend of mine from just down the street. So indulge me, but we like to go like this. It's called cat butter patch. Now, cats do this when they're nursing, and it just is good. Sometimes I do this. I kind of knead my blanket. Good, then you put them down here, and this keeps you from inadvertently levitating. Sometimes if you read the Yoga Sutras, there are these great powers: levitation, invisibility, telepathy, eating all the food you want without gaining weight. These are some serious magical powers. But sometimes you levitate at the wrong time, driving, church, so this holds you down. Good, now I'm going to push down and take my shoulders over the top. Go up and down at the same time. Isn't that weird? It's paradoxical as you push down and go over the top. What goes up and down at the same time? It's a Zen question. It's you when you're doing this. 6. God, the people from all Antarctica. We have penguins in class today. I love any seabird that wears formal wear. Drop your chin, lean forward, push down. Good, then turkey vultures. Upside down pause, push and smush. Some of this is just rhythmic. It's just kind of animal. It's Maybe it's nonsensical. Stop making sense. Remember the talking heads? Stop making so much sense. Rationality could be killing the world. Now I'm going back up, over, forward, around, and down. There was a movement about 20 years ago, and it was some very powerful thinkers got together and said, we should sanitize the world from spirituality and religion because it's irrational and illogical. And it really influenced an entire generation. And I'm not sure it's helping the world to not have an underlying sense of spirit, love, networking, and overarching, interpenetrating higher power. I don't think that's helping. I think the world is in dire straits. And I think we can all express a willingness, an openness, a humility. You don't have to be dogmatic, but we could say, I have a sense of something greater than myself, and I'm willing to humble myself to it. Push down, lean forward, straighten your arms. Of course, you don't have to. Any God that you have to believe in is not a God worth believing in. It's always from choice, never from coercion. She, convinced against her will, is of the same opinion still. You men know this. Ever tried to force your wife into something? Even if she agrees, you're screwed for months, Buster. So just agree with your wife. As soon as I get one, that's what I'm going to do. All right, this, roll it around. I've not been lucky to get a wifey yet, but maybe that's my karma. Take it around. Other way. I'm going to treat her so good. Take it around. Shake it out. I have a cat. I'm in an intimate relationship with my cat. Hello, brand new opportunities. Shake it out. Really, guys, if you're married though, take care of the little lady because your happiness. Really, as a confirmed bachelor, I coach a lot of people and I do relationship counseling. I have an angle on relationships that oftentimes only a single person has because I'm kind of on the sidelines and I watch. And boy, do I have some insights. Do a coaching appointment with me. Cup your hands at your heart, drop your chin, close your eyes. Be a calm and peaceful soul. Isn't it true that human relationships can be the most satisfying, fulfilling, ecstatic, orgasmic, brilliant things that humans can enjoy? And they can go all the way to the other end of the spectrum. And you know who the common denominator is? You. Good, now we're going to plant our hands and our feet and bottoms up, kids. Lift up. Little wake up call. Good, then rumps down on your back and Viparita Karani, legs up. 1 minute. If you can't do this for a minute, you are in the right place because you could do it with me for 30 seconds and then no one's going to yell at you or berate you or demean you. We're just going to encourage you to keep coming back every week and to like and subscribe. And before you know it, this will all become available. Remember, this yoga is not for the perfect athlete or the contortionist. They hardly even need yoga. Healthy people don't need physicians. Now legs out just a little, not full splits, ankles, 1. This will get your feet to come back to life. Other way. So here's a truism about life. You're as happy as your spouse, and you're about as happy as your feet. Keep your spouse and your feet happy. Everything else will go well for you. Good, bend your knees. bring your knees into your chest. Gently take your knees around in a circle. Now, I know variations of this that are so much harder, but that's not a Sunday thing. You could take your knees around in another direction. The other one. Just rotate around a little bit. And now widen your knees, lift up your head. Can you do this? This is a yoga pose. It's kind of a fetal position. Takes some strength to lift your head. Some people can't do this anymore. If you can do this, can you grab these toes? I don't know. If you can't, stay here. Grab these. Can you widen out a little bit? Can you rest your head down? If you can't rest your head down, keep your hands on your knees. You don't want to strain your neck. Hold this wherever you got. I gave you 14 different options. Drop your chin, relax your shoulders. Relax your acetabulums, your hip joint. No tight asses in my class. Now this sinks in. Here's a variation. Elbows around my knees, head on a blanket. Strongest variation, knees on the floor like a little kid or a 14-year-old Romanian gymnast. Maybe you're calling in from Bucharest. That's the capital of Romania. Do you know why Romania is called Romania? Because it was conquered by Romans. Okay, now roll up or sit up. That's some movement. Remember, I'm for the tired, sore, and huddled masses. And of course, you can be wildly healthy and frisky and young and perky. That's fine. But Sunday is just prayer movements. Feet together, wag your knees a little bit. That's why this class is growing, because there's a lot of people who are discouraged and downtrodden, and they need some help. And sometimes you need this class, and sometimes the class needs you because you're healthy and lively and enthusiastic. And as we gather together, everybody gets the benefit of our good. Joy is increased. Suffering and pain is reduced. If you can push both knees down, straighten your arms, do that. Good, now we're going to counter pose. Just widen your feet out a little. Arms out, in and out. In. It's the old in and out, you guys. In and out. In. Simple, huh? But it's not simple if you don't do it. Remember, the theme of today's class is use what you have and you'll get more. Don't use what you have and you're gonna lose it. This is the Matthew principle. Don't mess with this principle, man. You cannot violate it. Use it to your advantage. Arms behind your back, handcuffs, maybe later tonight. Now, you may not be able to get the back of your hands inside your armpits, so you're going to have to fake it. Elbows inside your knees, and this is called Laura Ham pose. She's a dear friend of mine, and she can squeeze her elbows together. Now, even though I've got thousands of people watching, I occasionally will refer to the individual. Sometimes you're the collective, and sometimes you're the one. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Speaking of which, I've been sugar-free for 120 days. I eat only meat. I'm a carnivore. I've lost 25 pounds. Last night, I thought I'd have a cheat night and try some ice cream. And while it was superficially, momentarily good, the medium and long-term effects, I'm not really happy with. So a good deal of life, you got to give up the short term for the medium and long term benefit. Okay, undo that. Shake your hands out a little bit. Sure tasted good. I could have eaten 73 pints of it. Looney, kitty, kitty, kitty. Here's the star of the show. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Yoga is good. Cats are good. Yoga and cats is almost instantaneous full human enlightenment, even if they don't come. Now, fold this guy under, fold this right shin under. You may not be able to. Maybe you're over here going, oh, this was so good until right now. But sit like this. You might not be able to lift your hands yet. Maybe you can. Maybe your hands can go behind you. Now, because I'm really muscular and really buff and sort of Herculean in my physical appearance, I've got so many muscles that leaning back to here is fine. Some people can lean all the way back. So whether you're a contortionist, a gymnast, or stiff as a boiled owl, lean back a little bit. Find the place where it's like, ooh, right there. Close your eyes and breathe in to what you're feeling. Closing your eyes is good. It's darker, it's calmer, and it makes you more in touch with what's going on the inside rather than what's going on the outside. These simple little poses can revolutionize your life. Every pose is a prayer. Maybe prayer isn't for you. Physical talking to God has never made any sense to you, or it does, but some people relate more to visceral, physical movements. I don't care what gets you there, as long as you get there. Okay, and we'll come up together. By the way, I live in a very spiritual community now, and there's a sweat lodge going on in the back, and they have a nice fire going. So come over to my house and we'll do a sweat lodge together. Place your hands behind your head and gently tilt to the right. If you come all the way down and your elbow inadvertently bonks into the floor, then you're one of my bendy, ragdoll, Gumby, pokey friends. But remember, even Gumby and Pokey, they get old and crusty. They drank too much, they smoked cigarettes. Gumby's in an old folks' home, can barely move anymore. But Pokey, on the other hand, kept doing his yoga. Now he drives by in his Corvette and actually flips off Gumby and says, thanks for no royalties, bub. But we all get what we deserve in the long run. I don't know if you know, Pokey hated Gumby. Inhale up. See, where else, what other yoga class are you going to hear that? None. Turn to the right, left hand, right hip. Go screw yourself to the right, nice little twist. We're just going to finish this yin sequence, joint juice on each side. Then we're going to do organic, feel-good, restorative yoga. I get organic and orgasmic mixed up from time to time. Not enough, actually. Inhale and come on out. This is not stand-up yoga. It's sit-down yoga. Drag your right foot out. Now, one of the cool things about yoga is you can get more of your foot in your mouth. Circle around your hippie. Other way. Boys, my place, my tiny room, yoga, sanctuary, music, spiritual empire room. You cannot believe this place. It is craze balls. come visit me. If you're in the area, good. Now, set your foot there. That's fine, unless it goes there. If it goes there, super groovy. If not, give your ass 2 weeks to open up. Hug me. I need it. I need a hug. Now, right arm under. This might be it. There's a lot of body in the way. Hug tighter. Fold up your arms if God made you to do it. Up and down with your elbows. So I made a dermatologist appointment. I was doing some self-care. This is self-care. Take your elbows around in a circle. And she said, well, you're supposed to have your whole body examined once a year. And I'm like, well, it's been 40 years, so take your elbows the other way. So she gave my body the once over, and she looked at my arm and she goes, what's that? I go, I don't know. She goes, that could be precancerous. And I go, well, whatever. Ups and downs with your elbows. So she scraped off a huge chunk of it and sent it off for a biopsy. She called me on Friday and said, oh, it's okay. It's non-cancerous. And I was like, okay. So last night I was sitting in my hot tub. There's a fence where I just moved, and there's a nail sticking out. And about a month ago when I was moving, I gashed my arm on the nail, and I forgot. So had I remembered, I'd still have a good chunk of my arm. Turn to the right. Yoga improves your memory. The yoga word for memory is, oh man, it's right on the tip. Smriti. Smriti. Good. Release. Come on out. Grab your elbows. Bring them up. Is this the best class ever we're having today? I think it is. You know why this is the best class ever? Because it's the one we're doing right now. One time they asked Tom Watson, the 8-time major golf winner, one of the best ever, what the most important shot in golf was. And he said, the next one. Good. Now take your opposable thumbs into the middle center bottom of your feet. This is where the elite meet to massage their cute little pink feet. One of these days I'm going to get somebody else to do this for me, but in the meantime, sometimes you got to take matters into your own hands. Now, push your thumbnail into your foot, close your eyes. Be a calm, peaceful soul. Good. Now chant Om with me, long and loud and bold. Inhale. Prayer hands send radiating concentric circles of peace and love all the way around the world. Now, each and every one of us doing that is sending out radiant circles of love and peace. And just like throwing pebbles into a pond, all these radiating circles, they begin to mix. In science, it's called an interference pattern. This is the best kind of interference pattern. Good job. Okay, one more side, and then she also took a big thing off my face too. More self-care, you guys. Now, fold your left shin under. This might be anguish. If it is, there's hope. Lean over here till it gets better. After a while, then you won't need your hands no more. Lace your hands behind your head and left elbow down. Now, to me, when I was a teenager, my brother had pinup pictures, Betty Grable, Rita Hayworth, and they would do, to me, this looks like pinup pose. Times have changed, huh? I think I like the old days better. I like when things were kind of left to the imagination a little bit. The mystery, the magic, now you can have whatever you want, as much as you want, whenever you want it. And that can be a problem for us humans. Now my elbow doesn't come all the way down. There's stuff in the way, muscles, intelligence, humility, one of my livers. Good, stretch up, turn left, and bendy people, their right hand can grab their left foot. Stiffies can turn a little bit. I got a nice little crack on my spine. Sharing crack with friends on Sunday. It's good if you are, this is the good kind of crack for friends in recovery. Be a calm, quiet, peaceful soul. Inhale here. Exhale. Now, again, from contortionist to rigor mortis. Lean back a little bit. Lean back more. If you can go flop and wonder why other people can't, then send us your vibe of full range of motion, love, and light. Those of us who struggle to lean back a little bit, you can absorb our resistance and our pain and our anguish, and together we can heal one another. Remember those interference patterns. If this is all you can do, then that's what's required. Use what you got. Use what you got or lose what you got. Now keep breathing. Breathing's really good. If you're Rita Hayworth or Betty Grable, you can take your arms up to the ceiling and up over your head. Good, now big inhale. Exhale, let all the air out. And let's come up through the ranks together, shall we? Good, now drag the leg out. Sometimes it gets a little rug burn. If you can't grab your foot, there's hope for you. Just lasso your foot like Gene Autry. Other way. This makes it so more money fits in your wallet. Good, now if this doesn't go there, plop. If you're leaning back, sit up on a blanket. This stuff will open up. You are not permanently congealed. You are not eternally petrified. There's hope for each and every one of us. I like the lighting as the sun. I have southern exposure here. It's kind of a pleasing, calming Sunday kind of light. Now, just left arm under. If you're tight, you're going to have trouble grabbing. After a while, you grab. Then you grab more. After a while, your karma will allow your arms to fold up and down with your elbows. This gets one of the most hidden, least frequently accessed parts of the body, the place between the shoulder blades, especially when you do circles. Hey, cat, kitty, kitty, kitty. He's got his favorite places now, and even cat treats. Take it around. Good, now turn left as far as you can. Face, eyes, eyebrows, nose, chest, heart. Turn. Now turn your face all the way to the right. Be a calm and peaceful soul. Now bring it back to the center. Hands will automatically slide out to opposite elbows. And there's something so liberating about this one. It feels like I'm taking off a this move where you take something off and you take off your straitjacket. You take off your straitjacket. More room to express yourself. Our bodies are not meant to be prisons. Look at a little kid running around, so happy in their body, not ashamed, not hiding. Good, bring it down. Drill your thumbs into the middle center bottom of your feet. Go deep enough so that you go, wow. Hey, cat, cat. Wow, I am being completely, and I've got abandonment issues too. So maybe he's seeing another owner. I would be so heartbroken. Good, push your thumbnail into your foot. If you have abandonment issues, we're going to get rid of them once and for all so that no other human or animal will ever be so important to you that they'll break your heart irreparably. Doesn't mean it's not going to hurt. It just means it's not going to hurt too much. Inhale. Okay, those radiating circles spreading into the pond, they're all running into each other into the best kind of interference pattern of love and light and truth and tolerance and patience and understanding that the world needs. Okay, you guys, today, now we're just going to go into like a 6, 7, 12, 30-minute Shavasana. And for this, you don't need that much really. You just need some stuff. And you can be very creative. Maybe you don't have yoga blocks. Here's my grandmother's Bible. She lived to be 94 and she sat in her room for 20 years and studied this. Maybe she was praying for me all that time. I never knew her. I never knew my grandparents. They were just, I was raised by wolves, obviously. So, all I want you to do is get a pillow and another pillow, or a block and a bolster, or an ottoman and a comforter, but just your head is higher than your hips, okay? Any kind of blanket. You don't have to, but I'm just going to make a little hi, how you doing for my head. Now, I'm going to put something underneath my knees, and that could be pillows. In fact, I was going to use these blocks, but then I figured maybe you're brand new and you're just calling in from Zimbabwe or Peru, and you don't have yoga blocks. Well, no excuses, huh? These cute little pillows. I almost threw them away in the move. These are going to go underneath my legs. Now, I've done a lot of yoga and my legs have opened up out to the side. So this is happy. But if you're not happy, no damn thin little pillows, technical term, big ass blocks underneath your buns. And now, see how simple? All this does is allow me to melt into this space. And if there's one thing I love, it's melting. So I don't care what you used, because the theme of today's class, use what you've got. 2 pillows and a block, 6 encyclopedias, and 4 comforters. Use something, build something, get over it, and do this with me for 6 minutes. I don't mean to harangue you, but get in the pose and let's go into ecstasy together, shall we? This is my favorite restorative pose. It cures all maladies. It heals everything. And it feels good. Right after this, you can like and subscribe. No liking and subscribing yet, but about 8 or 9 minutes, you can wildly and enthusiastic press all the buttons with your nose if you want. Now, I'm going to say something scientific. Oh, yeah, baby. Pose starts now. This is let go, surrender, turn it over, float downstream, realign with life pose. After a while, even my jaw, even my too much talking face will relax. Good. Today we're doing 3 or 4 extra minutes of bonus Shavasana because we need it. We can use it. Okay, my friends, stay in this pose. Relax even more if you want. Just there's my voice from down the street, from across the world. Just a very gentle clarion call to begin, to begin, to begin to come back. And this is that beautiful time every Sunday where we could do the third step. Or another way of saying that is, if you'd like to invite a higher power, God, love, source, infinite higher organizing power, IHOP, if you'd like to invite it in, her in, he in, they in, whatever is the higher power of your understanding, now's a beautiful time. Never from force or coercion. Good. Now, if you prayed that prayer with me, I certainly prayed it. It's one of my very, very favorites, if not my most favorite. I'm going to wiggle my fingers and toes. I'm going to circulate super extra strength, feel good, all the way through my cells and atoms and molecules, my blood, my breath, my bone, my marrow, my mind, my thought, my heart, my actions, because I like it. I need it, and I want it, and I'll put it to good use. Good, let's sit up together very, very slowly. Rearrange our acetabulums on the floor. Then in reverence, we'll bring our hands into our heart. We'll tip our brain to God. I have really good ideas. God has better ones. That's for sure. All together in reverence, around the world we say, Namaste. Now, breaking news for you. You just helped the whole world by doing yoga with people, other people gathered together. Because remember, anytime 2 or more are gathered, that just expands exponentially. Because you sat and watched and did and acted on yoga with an open heart and an open mind, you just helped the whole world. And you helped it in ways that are bigger than you may ever know, at least for a while. You helped tens, hundreds, thousands, millions of people because we did it together. That's the power of this. So, like and subscribe. Small things grow and they become big. We reach a critical mass, and every little forest fire of great good begins as a little thing. And what's cool about this is that you can help and help Looney and myself. Sorry he didn't. Looney, do you want to come over? It's very hot here today. Hello! Let sleeping cats lie. Thank you, YouTubers. We'll see you next time. By the way, leave a comment for Looney. He returns all of them. See you next time.